My dear pupils and viewers, welcome to my second online class. Hoping your physical and mental soundness, I am drawing your kind attention to my lecture. I hope you all know that all things go to him who waits. Considering this favorite proverb, I hope you will watch my entire video class. Now I am drawing your attention to the board. Look at the board. In the board you can see I have written two sentences. The sentence is Litu is playing chess. This is a sentence of present continuous tense, and this sentence has been changed in this way: chess is being played by Litu. I hope you can guess that this sentence has been transformed into passive structure. I have taught you such kinds of problems to solve in my last lecture, but yet I have mentioned it just to make you remember it again. From this, I am coming in this sentence. You can see that is Litu playing chess. This is a sentence of interrogative structure, and it has been changed here. Is chess being played by Litu? From the assertive sentence, this sentence is different a little bit. The difference is that in the assertive sentence, this is auxiliary verb and it was after the subject here in the assertive sentence, but here the auxiliary verb has been replaced here, that means before the subject. As this sentence has been changed in this way, that is chess being played by Litu. My dear learners, I hope you can guess that this has been transformed into passive structure, and from this point of view I hope you can guess our today's topic. What is our today's topic? Maybe voice change of interrogative sentence. My dear learners, from our today's lesson, we will be able to transform active sentence into passive of interrogative structure, beginning with auxiliary verb and WH words. Basically, interrogative sentence is divided into two kinds. One interrogative sentence begins with auxiliary verb and the other begins with WH word. So my dear learners, today we are going to learn these two types of sentences to make active to passive. First of all, I am writing a sentence: I am playing football. This sentence is of present continuous tense and in assertive structure, but if I replace the place of subject and auxiliary verb, subject here and the auxiliary verb am at the beginning of it, what is the problem? The problem is that I have changed the place of subject and auxiliary verb, and at the end of it we have used a note of interrogation. In this way the sentence has become interrogative, and if we changed it into passive, first of all we have to consider it to be an assertive sentence, and if we consider it to be an assertive sentence and transform into passive, then it becomes football is we could use here, but as it is interrogative, just we are taking it from here and using at the beginning of it, that means before the subject. And as it is present continuous tense, the auxiliary verb will be being, then past participle form of the verb, then preposition and objective form of the subject. This is the main theme of transforming an interrogative sentence into passive, my dear learners. Now I am writing other two sentences. Do you like tea? This sentence is of present indefinite tense. And did he call you? This sentence is of past indefinite tense. If we consider it to be an assertive sentence, then it would be T, and here we could use is, but as it is interrogative sentence, just the word is should be used at the beginning of it, and the sentence becomes T is liked by you. My dear learners, just same system. This is a sentence of past indefinite tense. You here, as it is past indefinite tense, after you we could use the auxiliary verb where. It would be here, you were called by him. My dear pupils, I have already taught you the main theme. I hope you will be able to solve another problem. For your exercise, I am giving an example. Has she helped you? Do it yourself. I hope you have already solved the problem, but yet for help, object will be given here, and after you, the auxiliary verb will be have in present perfect tense, and in present perfect tense the auxiliary verb becomes been, and past participle form of the verb, preposition, objective form of the subject. My dear learners, in this way, any kind of interrogative sentence which begin with auxiliary verb, you can transform it into passive. And next we are going to learn the sentences of interrogative structure to make passive which begin with WH word. First of all, we should remember the WH words. The WH words are how, when, why, where, what, which, whose, who, whom. My dear learners, you can see that I have written the WH words in 4 sections. I have tried to make you understand that these 4 types of WH words are used in different way. The first 4 WH words, if we see in a sentence, you will see that there are already subject, verb and object. If in an interrogative sentence you can see the subject, verb and object, you will see that this sentence can be transformed into passive automatically, just arranging these usual things as usual. Just we have to use the auxiliary verb before the subject. For example, how have you done the work? This is a sentence of present perfect tense. This is subject, auxiliary verb, principal verb, and this is object. If we transform it into passive, then as usual, first of all we will use the work as it is object of the active sentence. We should use it as subject, and the as it is third person singular number, we should use has, but as it is interrogative sentence, has should be given before the subject, and then auxiliary verb been should be given here, and then past participle form of the verb, then preposition and objective form of the subject. My dear learners, we have already seen that subject, auxiliary verb, principal verb and object, all these things are available here. So we have decorated these things as usual, and this WH word will not be influenced at all, it will not be changed at all. Such a sentence, why will they help you? Try to understand that this is the WH word. The sentence is of future indefinite tense, subject, auxiliary verb, principal verb, and this is object. For solution, first of all we should take the object as subject of passive sentence you. In future indefinite tense, after the subject shall oblique we, will, here will be given, then the auxiliary verb newly comer be, past participle form of the verb helped, preposition, and then objective form of the subject. As everything is okay, WH word should be given as it is. My dear learners, these four WH words are such which we can see in a sentence. If we transform it into passive, these words are not changed at all, because without the WH word everything we can see in the sentence. Now, my dear learners, look at that these are three WH words. What? This word is used in place of object. Which and whose, these words are also used in place of object, but a noun should be given here, and both these words together work like object in the active sentence. For example, do you want the red pen? Question. If we make it a sentence of interrogative structure with WH word, then it will be which pen? Which pen do you want? In place of the red pen, if I use which pen, as it is WH word, it should be given at the beginning of it. Which pen do you want? This is WH word, and of course you have to remember that this word is object of this active sentence. As it is active sentence and this is object, we should use it as subject of the passive sentence. That means which pen. Present indefinite tense, third person singular number, we should consider it, and for this is should be given, and then past participle form of the verb, then preposition and objective form of the subject. The sentence becomes which pen is wanted by you. My dear learners, I hope you can realize how I have solved the problem. At this moment, I am giving you another example. Are you driving. This is a sentence of interrogative structure. Ripon's car. Ripon's car. Whose car? Ripon's car. If I expound Ripon's car, then we should use whose car in place of object. As it is WH word, we should use it at the beginning of the sentence. Whose car? We are using it at the beginning of the sentence, but we should remember that this is object of the sentence. As it is object of the sentence, we should take it as subject. Whose car is present continuous tense, and this is subject, third person singular number, and so I have used is, and for ing I am using being, past participle form of the verb, driven by you. The sentence becomes whose car is being driven by you. My dear pupils, now look at who. Who is a WH word and it works as subject of a sentence. And if we use, please try to understand, if we use he as a subject of a sentence, then while making it passive, then we use objective form of it, him. Such is the case here. As it is, as the WH word who works like a subject, who did the work. Basically, the sentence is assertive. As it is WH word, it becomes interrogative. This is object. This is object, the work. As it is past indefinite tense and interrogative. In past indefinite tense, if the subject is third person singular number, was should be given as auxiliary verb. But as it is in interrogative sentence, we should use it before the subject. The work was done. And basically, if it was he, then we would use by him. But as it is who, we should use by him. By whom? But as it is WH word, we should not use it at the end of the sentence, we should use it at the beginning. Then the sentence becomes by whom was the work done. My dear pupils, I hope you are enjoying the class. Well, the last one is whom. This is also a WH word, and this WH word works as object in a sentence. Now look at an example. Do you help? Suppose Rifa. Whom do you help? In place of Rifa, I am using WH word whom, and as it is WH word, we should use it at the beginning of the sentence, and the sentence becomes whom do you help. Basically, the word whom is object and it's the place after this verb in the active sentence. If it is object whom, we should use it as subject in the passive sentence. So we should use it in subjective form, present indefinite tense, third person singular number. So I should use is as auxiliary verb, and then past participle form, and then preposition and objective form of the subject. Who is helped by you. My dear learners, I hope you have realized what I have wanted to teach you. Now I am giving you a few sentences for homework. What are you reading? Why did he call you? Whom has she met? Who is writing a poem? You should write this sentence on your khata and solve these problems and show your class teachers after opening your school. So I have come to the end of my lesson. No more today. I pray to God for my for your physical and mental soundness. Goodbye. Okay.